Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or your regional equivalent. So, this is a reassembly tournament announcement for Capital Class Tournament number 4, Capital Speed. Excellent. So, as you can perhaps tell, this is about stupidly fast warships. Go on, boy. Oh, my word. Kudos to Sir Lord Commander Spaff for his fleet that I'm currently attacking quite viciously. Oh, my word, look at all those drones. Alright, well, time to get out of here. Full engines forward. Oh, shame he got caught between two asteroids. Come on, come on. Mons? Mons, what are you doing here? Mons! No, wait, hold on a moment here, Mons. It's the wedge of death. Mons Pubis' executive class. Well, I'm sorry, Mons. Oh, never mind. I am actually sorry. Oh, no, no, Mons, please, wait. Oh, God, why? Oh, no. Oh, no. Run. Run. We have to go. Oh, my word. Okay, so... No, Mons, please. And that's why Sentinel melee armor is banned from this tournament. I'm not even joking. Oh, my word. Hello, everyone. So, Capital Class Tournament number 4. What did I say? Capital Speed. I nearly said Orion Speed, but that doesn't really work. But it kind of is, because it's an Orion-Class warship. That's regardless of the point, however. So, alright. So, of course, included factions. So, okay, let's get right into it. Here are the rules for Capital Class Tournament number 4, Capital Speed. So, naturally, one entry per contestant. The entry is to be composed of one faction. The entry is to be composed of blocks from the vanilla campaign blocks, which is all the stuff that you can normally unlock. Fields expansion included, not beta. Rocket turrets are not allowed. I'm just using the beta because they are shrouds, weapon shrouds, and I wanted you to see the weapon shrouds because they are so blimmin' cool. Ah! Oh, I love it. Look at it. Oh, it's so cool. Nice. Alright, so we will not be using the beta. We'll be using the normal version of Reassembly unless I decide otherwise. On the day. We might use the beta, but I mean, not much is changing beyond the addition of rocket turrets. So, of course, rocket turrets are not included. Or maybe we should. Interesting. Well, I don't want to complicate it to make people have to download the beta, opt into the beta. It's like 5 clicks, but that's regardless of the point. We won't be using the beta. We'll be using the vanilla stable version, or I might use the beta for the sake of weapon shrouds. We'll see if anyone informs me of noticeable differences between the vanilla game, well, the main branch and the beta branch. Then I might just use the main branch. But we will work on the assumption that we are using the main branch. Otherwise, you understand. Okay. Right. So, the allowed factions are Terran, Farmer, Crystaline, B, Red, and Sentinel. No Tinkrel, of course, because they are terrifyingly overpowered, and a 16,000 P. Orion-Class Tinkrel ship will shred the universe. Right, so, special capital speed rule set, of course, we'll get to that in a moment. Standard rules apply, 32,000 power point fleet max, 16 ship limit, single compulsory, single compulsory 16,000 P capital class ship with a minimum forwards acceleration of 450. This is, of course, your Orion-Class capital ship. It has to be between 15,900 power points and 16,000 power points. Basically, you have a wiggle room of about 100 power points, just to, basically below. And of course, the ship has to have a minimum of 450 forward acceleration. Which is this ship is 460, by the way. It's 10 over, and you can see the pure breakneck speed that we can travel at. Hello, bees, gadoosh, and we can go, of course, crashing through their entire everything. Don't crash, Reassembly. Reassembly, please. Reassembly, please. Oh no! Give me a moment. Okay, so I crashed the game, but bear in mind I am on the beta I'm on the beta version, so you know stuff sometimes happens, unfortunately. It's unstable beta. So let me get back to it. 32,000 Jeditas, yeah. So yeah, of course the Orion-Class capital ship must be between 15,900 power points and 60,000 power points. With a minimum forwards acceleration of 450. You can check forward acceleration by going into the sandbox. Let's say we pull up a fleet 8, and we go deactivate. We grab a ship, so we can grab the Shuriken, and we click it, and you see here, max acceleration 747 forwards, so it can go staggeringly fast forwards. Okay. That's what you care about. You care about the max acceleration forwards. Come back here. The other thing you worry about is the radius. As you can see here, radius bounding. Care about the bounding radius. It's a 54 bounding radius. And the bounding radius for your Orion-Class capital ship may not exceed 1,000, which is the standard reassembly bounding radius. Usually if you go above that, the game will will complain at you. Because it's not really designed to handle stuff that huge. So it'll complain, but there are mods to disable that, but don't. Standard vanilla game. Okay. So all ships must be below 1,000 radius in terms of bounding. Yes, it should be noted that all other ships must be faster than your Orion-Class capital ship. Yep. So if we go start and we go all the way down to the last stand Navy. Again. You see. Interesting. I'm not sure what happened there, but... Poor game. It's okay. I mean... Anyway. So if we go down here, we'll have a look at an example. So this is the Orion-Class for all the Mark 55 speeder. It is actually, I believe it's actually a little bit bigger than the 1,000 bounding radius limit. Yeah, it is actually a bit bigger, unfortunately. But you understand, that's okay. So the actual radius limit is like what, this or something? That's from here to there is about. It's probably around about it. But that's fine. So. Yeah, 16,000 B, you get that. Blah, 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 450 forwards, you understand. Okay. Then we get to move on to the optional. So you don't have to have them, but you can have them if you want to. The optional 8,000 P Alpha class warships, and you can have 2 of them. So for example, here I have the Velnort, which is actually not fast enough. It might be, actually. No, I don't believe it is. And here we have the Obliter, which is definitely not fast enough, although it maybe might be. Added some more thrusters on, but it won't be, so that's fine. So you can have 2 optional Alpha class warships with your Orion class. So this is 16,000 P. These two combined is 16,000 P, which is your 32,000 P maximum fleet cost. So okay, you can either have 2 of them or 1 of them. And the Alpha class has to, number 1, be faster than the Orion class. So these guys have to be faster than this guy. And they also have to be smaller. They may not be bigger. They have to be smaller. The alternative, of course, is, once again, optional. You can have as many, well, about 15 in theory. Optional 3,000 P or less beta class warships. That's like these little guys. So you see these little guys, 633 power points. We can actually just make them a little more expensive, and well, it doesn't really matter, but you understand. You can give them some like more guns or something. Actually, why don't I just give you a burst shield? I don't actually have it a lot. Burst shield. You are allowed to use blocks from the fields expansion, of course. Let's give them a little. There we go. Perfect. So this would be your beta class ship. Of course, it can be up to 3,000. I don't have a good example of a 3,000 ship here. This is not This is not a small ship faction, unfortunately. This is not a small ship campaign save. But regardless of such. So up to 3000p, and you can have as many of them as up to your, as up to your fleet maximum cost, which is 32,000, and your maximum ship limit, which is 16. So you can fit as many in there as you want. And these are optional, the betas are optional, and the alphas are optional. The Orion-Class is, however, not optional. You need to have one of these guys, and then you can have those two. The alpha class can be from 8000p downwards, so anywhere within that range. And the betas may not be greater than 3000. Once again, you can have two of these, and you can have as many of these as you want, which is fine. Of course, within your greater fleet limit. Okay, then we have... what else do I need to say? Oh, yes, okay. Of course, there's a wiggle room of 1,000 power points less in all cases in terms of like the maximum cost. I can actually pull over the thing that I'm looking at. Yeah, you can have a look if you can actually see it. Yeah, this is of course on Discord, on the Reassembly Discord server. So you can see here, this is unfortunately a very rough copy. If I pull over the actual proper version, you can have a nice look here. So there's the Capital class rules, the Alpha class rules, and the Beta class rules. Then of course we move on to more general rules, which I actually have summed up here better. So ignore that. Thruster stacking with thrusters is allowed, so you can, as I say here, stacking of blocks is physically impossible. However, all blocks, all blocks must be replaceable without shipwide annihilation. However, enhanced engine bank designs are allowed, so you can stack thrusters. So you can have thrusters. You can have thrusters on top of thrusters, but they may not be inside of blocks. They may not be like this. They have to be out here on other thrusters. But you understand. But they may not be inside of other armor blocks. You understand? Okay. What else do I want to say? No stacking besides thrusters. No Terran asteroids. So of course there's the banned list of items. So banned blocks. No Terran asteroid thrusters. That's these guys, the huge thrusters. No farmer super thrusters, which are basically these, but for farmers. They're a little bit smaller, but they look identical. No Sentinel nukes and no Sentinel melee armor. Because melee armor is ridiculously powerful in super speed. Let's compare this. Yeah. No spinners, of course. So, no spinners. Spinners are disallowed as liquidation of crew is ill-advised. No ships may spin when moving. I'll let you know if your ship crosses the line somehow. You can also ask me to make sure, and I'm more than happy to do that. That's why there's a day between entry, closing, and execution. Beyond that, general, all warships require at least 1,000p worth of weapons. So, for example, the Ripper over here here's a 72 and a 19 and another 19, so he's over the 110p. He's over the limit. You can technically remove everything else, and as long as he goes fast enough, he's fine. Thank you, Avira. Go away. Okay. That amuses me. Anyway, okay, good. What else do I need to say? Obviously, no multi-core. So, if we go up to the top here. Oh yeah, that's amusing. We can actually get rid of that. Of course, ships only are only from the vanilla unlockable campaign blocks. 1 command core per ship. Ships are to consist of blocks from only one faction, naturally. The arena size will be about 20,000, kind of to force faster fights, so they don't take all too long. Damage taken 2 minutes, rounds 3. Allowed to action. We've already gone through that. Here's the more in-depth stuff. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Good. This one's actually a hell of a lot more concise in a sense, but that's very rough also. So, okay. No multi-core, no multi-faction. Due date, the submission due date, everything must be in by the 12th of July 2019. when on the 12th of July doesn't matter, as long as you get it in by the 12th of July, because I'll be streaming on the 14th. So everything has to obviously be in by, you know, no later than the 12th of July. I'm not going to give you a time in the morning or afternoon because it's just that day. Generally, I'm not that strict about it. Just get it in on that day. After it, I'm not. After the 12th of July, which is a Friday. Yeah, it's a Friday. I won't be accepting anything. So basically, 12 at night. You know, if you really need me to give you a time, it'll be streamed. Or if I can't stream it, I will record it and upload it to YouTube on the 14th of July at 7 p.m. SAST, or South African Standard Time. You can probably edit this and just say at 7 p.m. SAST, which is GMT plus 2. GMT plus 2. GMT? Greenwich Mean Time? Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah, and then submissions to me via Discord. I'm on Discord, or to lapsupnow@gmail.com. Okay, good. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Good. Alright, good. Okay, everybody, well, I hope to see your Captial class warships. Because this might prove to be very interesting. Mons, go away. No Mons. Don't even think about it, Mons. Oh, let me show you why Sentinel melee armor is not allowed. Forward, full speed. Ah, the fight bird. The fight bird, as opposed to the fight boat. Oh, the scythe. Oh, the fucker's ripped. I don't want to go fight that. Let's just leave it on a good note. So until next time, everybody. Oh, shame. Until next time, everybody. Cheerio. Wow. I'm going so fast in my massive starship that I'm seg-faulting the universe. A little while ago, I was running around in this big ship, and I ran into a Sentinel nuke, and I hit it so fast that I seg-faulted the game out of existence. It was beautiful. But then again, I'm on the beta release, so stuff is a little bit unstable. Alright, so until next time, everybody, cheerio.